Despite Toronto's size and importance, the city is getting one fewer federal riding in the upcoming election.
I think that's terrible. We need more representation, not less.
I think it's normal.
This used to be the riding of Don Valley East, but it's been eliminated, mostly absorbed into what's now called Scarborough Centre Don Valley East. Every 10 years, electoral boundaries in Canada are redrawn. Even though Toronto lost a seat, overall, Ontario got one additional riding. Here's how. The first step was dividing Ontario's total population by the new number of ridings to establish a quota or goal size for each riding. Quebec and BC are close to Ontario's, but smaller provinces like PEI are down around 40,000 people per riding. For the redistribution, population growth is a big factor. Toronto's population did grow by 2.3% from 2016 to 2021, but it was far outpaced by Brampton and Milton. So Brampton and Milton both got new ridings, and another new one was added covering communities north of Toronto.
That seat that's being created in the north, very safe conservative territory, so that looks like it would be another conservative riding. But the fact that there is another one in Brampton and another one in the Milton area, those are areas that swing with each election. So whoever ends up winning the GTA will probably get an extra seat or two.
The Commission's goal was to keep all the ridings around that 116,000 population number, but in the north, that just wasn't possible. In fact, Northern Ontario saw a reduction of one riding. The remaining ones still have small populations, like in Kenora's riding, with just over 60,000 people. The independent commission that determined the boundary changes in Ontario says population shifts are important, along with other considerations like linguistic and cultural minorities.
In Canada, elections are about geography. It's all about looking every 10 years at how people have moved across that geography and trying to ensure that they're going to be fairly represented in the next election.
Still, with 60,000 people in Kenora, that means a voter there has 2 times the voting power of a voter here in Don Valley West with 120,000 people.
In a place like Kenora, it's very difficult to get around, very difficult to travel. So for an MP to represent the people in that area, they already have to travel great distances in order to get to people. And if we think of what the legal entitlement is not voter clout, but representation, effective representation, then there's a case to be made for having smaller populations in larger areas.
Political scientist Chris Cochran says technology's now coming online, algorithms that could help punch out configurations aimed at creating fair redistribution. But in the wrong hands, that tech could be used to create boundaries that advantage a political party at the expense of others.
We have to think about how it might be used nefariously, but also how AI might be able to be leveraged quite productively.